past century, we have come across numerous and memorable stories that have touched our hearts or even inspired us. However, it's safe to say that we're running out of ideas, but you can at least say the old ideas can still work if you bring in something new. Recycling ideas can help a story's development, but what if the ideas are based from really old and bad cliches? From the characters to the story setting, even the world as creative and fresh as anime can run into some bad cliches that even die-hard fans are getting tired of. There are a lot of repetitive factors that seem tiresome to the masses, but which ones really irritate us? Let's find out. Here is Anime America's Top 10 Worst Clichés in Anime. Number 10. The childhood friend equals friend-zoned. So you have your main character. He or she grows up with a really good friend, and they can only see them as a brother or sister. Then the main character meets someone that interests them, and mostly in a romantic way. This upsets the childhood friend, which prompts them to get angry, depressed, jealous, and scared that they'll lose the one they love, which may force them to confess their feelings. A lot of the time, this never goes well for the friend, since the childhood friend is seriously in love with their new crush. Older titles like DRS and Shuffle come to mind, but the newest title to use such a bad cliche is Your Lying April. Tsubaki has been Kosei's friend and has tried to be by his side while he was suffering. However, his feelings go towards the one who inspired him to play music again, Kaori Miyazono. You feel bad for how many childhood friends lose at the game of love, but at least the cliche is breaking from time to time. Take Winry for example, a childhood friend who indeed gets her man in the end. Number 9. Heavy blood loss. One of the two scenarios happens for this cliche, one of them being the character getting badly hurt in battle. From Berserk to Bleach, these fighters will lose an inhumanly amount of blood. I know we should never question the laws of physics and nature when it comes to anime, but how much blood you got in there? And then there's the traditional second scenario, nosebleeds. Take Master Roshi for instance. Bulma has to show her panties to meet her end of the deal when... Ta-da! Oh, the shame! Forgot something there, Bulma? A character will see something that'll make them insanely blush to the point where they lose a lot of blood through their nose. In some cases, it doesn't have to be for sexual reasons, especially if your name is Corinne. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed a vampire losing a lot of blood through her nose. You figure that one out for me. I know how she gets nosebleeds and why. I've read all the Chibi Vampire and it made me cry. That is one less comment for you avid fans to worry about. These are the jokes, people. Number 8. There's a school for that. School life animes will always be a thing, but there has been a new type of cliche forming that gives more character to the schools rather than the characters themselves. Soul Eater set the standard of how magical schools should be, identify the world we're seeing, and the students who attend are each unique while memorable in a good way. But there are shows like The Irregular at Magic High School, and even new shows called Aokana, where we run into this new cliche. They focus mainly on why the students are there and what they can do rather than give us an interesting plot with good characters. Yes, we love seeing new and shiny things, but is that all we're going to see? Just watch cute anime characters fight with creative weapons or play around with magic or whatever the hell they're learning, but the characters themselves are not interesting. I'm sorry, but these kind of cliches are getting old, even if it is relatively new. Number 7. The mysterious character with a past. The one character who will hide their past for certain reasons and will usually act cold to others so they can stay away. How many characters will we see with this trope? Main characters will come in different varieties, but they all somehow find someone who has a past to hide, and no one could ever know it. On rare occasions, these circumstances can actually happen with the main character, like with Aoto from Divine Gate. He acts all hurt and damaged because of his past. But it's not like he's going to take the time to tell others of his sufferings, now is he? Nope. Then there's the epitome of mysterious anime characters with a mysterious past, Mr. Emo himself, Sasuke Uchiha. He's a brooding loner who won't tell you why, unless you decide to stick around and watch every single stretched out episode of the series. And on that topic... Number 6. Let's say you're making an anime at the same time the manga is still going on. You can't just keep going while surpassing the original content. That or you just want to stretch out the episodes to make the series longer. What do? Make fillers. Fillers, fillers, fillers. An annoying cliche if there ever was one. You want to stick to the main plot and not be kept in waiting, but the series director has other plans. Stretch out the plot as much as you can while inserting filler episodes that have nothing to do with the original story. These types of fillers come in different forms. There are shows that take countless episodes to finish their arcs, such as One Piece, Naruto, and the ever so classic Dragon Ball Z. Come on, we all remember that joke. How many Super Saiyans does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1, but it takes 10 episodes to do it. Then there are shows like Sailor Moon and Shugokara who have to introduce the arc, find a new weapon or a power-up, and then fight numerous upon numerous upon numerous of foes before we get back to the main focus. Our enemies want to drain the world's energy, but what about the play? Then there's the classic fillers that almost every anime has to pull. The one and only bathhouse or beach trips. You gotta fill in the subtle fan service somewhere while filling in more episodes for your story, whether you want to stretch out the plot or not. No matter the anime and how long it is, fillers will always be an unwelcomed cliche.
This is filler, filling up the time. An hour and a half is just too long for uncreative minds.
Number 5. Clumsy is sexy. Okay, the immortal words of Konata Izumi could only lead to something more annoying. Writing a good character is hard, but this is to a lot of us just a cheap and lazy writing tool. To some writers, apparently, they think a character that trips, falls, bumps into things, drops certain objects, and is just flat out clumsy is considered cute and sexy. I don't think anyone in the real world thinks like that at all. Especially in my case, because when I trip, people either ask if I'm okay or they just laugh at me. Case in point, klutzes are supposed to be funny, not cute or sexy. I really don't understand this cliche, neither does Miyuki from Lucky Star. How is being a klutz cute?
Miyuki-san, those aren't called faults. People call those moe points.
Huh? Moe points?
Clumsy is sexy.
Kona-chan, what have you been thinking this whole time?
Number 4. Dense at love and can't choose between two love interests. Why? I'm sick of this trope. Either the character can't seem to see that someone loves them, or they have to choose between two love interests and can never seem to choose one. In both cases, a lot of harems fall victim to this cliche. The harems are each in love with the main character, but the lead will never acknowledge their feelings, or will never choose a love in the end. The one anime I can think of that trumps all of these harems is the one that still makes me laugh today. Vampire Knight. The story of an oblivious girl who has two incredibly gorgeous men in love with her. Sure, she sorta chose Kaname to follow once she got her vampire form and memories back, but she still had major feelings for Zero. In the end, however, she didn't have to choose. Kaname falls into a deep sleep and leaves her pregnant with their daughter. And then shortly after her daughter's birth, Yuki and Zero have a son together. How do I know she had a child with each of her love interests? Well, if the appearances don't give you a big clue, their names are Rin Kiryu and Ai Kuran. Yuki Kuran is the embodiment of this horrible cliche, and these two poor souls had to deal with her. Number 3. When you need to quickly end a series but can't think of a clever or reasonable way to do it, there's one cheap way to solve your problem. The power of love and friendship! Friendship! The enemy is way too strong for our heroes to face, but by simply remembering that they indeed have friends and loved ones to protect and go home to, they somehow get the power they need to win the day. That is seriously the laziest and uncreative way you can end a series. Naturally, the one series we point to that literally uses the cliche over and over again is, of course, Fairy Tail. How many arcs and challenges can you end with the power of friendship? You're not My Little Pony! Still, I will admit it'll be a big win for everybody if the Fairy Tail kids suddenly got a unicorn. That would be a major overdose of friendship is magic. Number 2. Alright, look. I wasn't going to put in fan service since Japan knows how to make it fun and over the top. It's one of the major aspects of anime you can't really disrespect. But if there's one form of fan service we can't stand, it's the kind that garners a younger attraction. Oni-chan. Underaged fan service. Okay, I know the age of consent in Japan is 13, and they are more mature with sex than the overly conservative United States of America will ever be. But this goes too far! There is nothing sexy or alluring about young children. Even lolly fetishes can be unnerving since they may be older, but they look uncomfortably younger. It's fine when they're meant to be adorable characters, but sexy? No! Just no! That was one of my main issues with Listen to Me Girls, I'm Your Father. You have 3 sisters, a teenage girl in love with her uncle, a 10-year-old who gives way too many panty shots that I'm comfortable with, and please leave the 3-year-old alone. Another thing that bothers us is the Oni-chan complex, where the little girl admires or is literally infatuated with her older brother. There is an Oni-chan fetish out there, and it frankly makes a lot of us uncomfortable. I know Rule 34 states if it exists, there's a porn of it, but this is just... Fuck no! Before we move forward, let's go over these honorable mentions. Pointless talking in a fight scene. Less talky, more fighty. Running in anime openings. Where are they going anyways? Bland harem main characters. How have you not seen Ouran High School Host Club yet? Dark and edgy characters. They think they're so cool because they're so dark. And edgy. That's it, they're just dark and edgy. Endless flashbacks. We get it, you had a traumatizing past. Can we move forward now? Villain monologuing. Didn't Frieza say this planet was gonna blow in 5 minutes? Random power-ups. A new threat is near and it's stronger than you? It's a good thing you got a power upgrade recently. Running late for school. Like clumsy equals sexy, this is also supposed to add character, I guess. Running into senpai. It's either gonna be convenient for the main character or just flat out embarrassing. Gluttonous characters. You cannot eat all of those calories and expect us to believe you can still have the perfect body. No. Reusing animation. When you need to save time and money, play some old footage in flashbacks or just show the same transformation over and over again. Dead mother hair. Well, at least we'll know she's dead before she knows it, just by looking at her hair. Wild hair for the main leads only. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things is the hero of the show. Long reveal of the hero. Nice shoes. Nice shoulders. Nice weapon on your back. Okay, now we see your face. Totally not a cliche hero reveal, huh? Actual die-hard perverts. Just another cheaply written character. You're just a pervert? Okay. You're boring. And finally, gravity-defying boobs. Ow! That has to be really bad for your back. And the number 1 worst cliche in anime is... This was the number 1 cliche mentioned on Facebook, and I have to agree. Now let's follow along with this very classic scenario, shall we? The main character, probably male, is carrying on with his day when he suddenly slips, and wouldn't you know it, he mistakenly falls onto a young woman. At the same time, he accidentally touches her boobs or brushes up against her crotch, which makes him blush in embarrassment and makes the girl freak out. From this moment onwards, the girl will beat the living daylights out of him, thinking she's justified from being assaulted by a pervert, and will continue to ruin his days because she believes without a shadow of a doubt that he is a pervert. This cliche is stupid and needs to stop. There is nothing original or good about this at all. In some cases, it's the tsundere who will abuse the guy no matter what he or others say. In other cases, the main character will accidentally see the girl naked, and she will believe she can never remarry since a strange man saw her naked, and that means she is no longer pure. Regardless, whenever the girl's purity is compromised, she must then find a way to punish the man who assaulted her, quote unquote, and then mistreat him in order to avenge herself from being molested, even though it was an accident. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the #1 cliche in anime that needs to stop: the perceived pervert. I feel sorry for these gentlemen. Well, that was a fun list to tackle. If you have any suggestions for us in the future, leave a comment down below and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to Anime America. Want to support the production? Check out our brand new store on Store Envy. For a small price, you can have a one-of-a-kind poster made by yours truly. If you can only give a small amount to help us out, check out our Patreon page. Any amount you wish to give us goes towards our production needs, so anything you can give us helps us a lot. To keep up with the latest in Anime America stuff, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Tumblr. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe to Anime America for more awesome reviews and top 10 lists. If you're interested in anything in pop culture, be sure to subscribe to Pop Spectrum. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned to Anime America. I'd like to mention the one anime that broke the #1 cliche into something creative: Shimoneta. At least with this anime, where the main character falls onto the girl, she doesn't beat him up for it. No, she just turns into a sex-hungry predator who wants her senpai's attention. At least that's something.